Bob, you've started off not only in club, but in high school, and also being a college coach. What got you involved in coaching swimming?
I didn't know how to swim as a sophomore in high school. And my friends had a 150 medley relay before butterfly. And they needed a backstroker. So they took me to the YMCA at Christmas time, and in a 2-week break at Christmas, they taught me how to swim backstroke, and that's all I swam for the next 7 years, was backstroke. And since that day, every day of my life has been swimming. That's all I've done.
So, in going back and looking at swimming to when you were growing up, compared to swimming today, how much has changed, not only in the strokes themselves, but in the techniques and the training and the nutrition?
Oh my God, it's incredible. There are 3 ingredients to success in athletics: skill, fitness, and motivation. And all 3 areas have changed dramatically. We can do so much more in developing skills because of technology and objectivity. We can do so much more in fitness because of monitoring training and relating it to goals. And we can do so much more in motivation because of visualization and having goals to reach and imitating other people that are at a higher level. When I started, we would kick 30 lengths, pull 30 lengths, swim 30 lengths in a zigzag pattern because there was no circle swimming. We didn't know what circles were. And then we do a few sprints before the state high school meet, and that was our training program. It's changed incredibly now because of advancement in coaching.
Do you see a lot of coaches today, or if you look back to when you were swimming and also your coaching, how much is nutrition a key component of the training process?
It's important, but if a swimmer eats a balanced diet, they don't need supplements. They need fluids, and Gatorade would be nice, but water works too. And as long as they eat what their mother puts on their plate and she's not feeding them every meal at a fast food restaurant, they'll be fine. But nutrition's important. But they all learn. If I go in to talk to a team and I ask them to give me the food pyramid, now we don't use a pyramid anymore, we use a plate. But if we use a pyramid, they all know the food pyramid.
So, Bob, let's go back to the days when you were coaching not only club, high school, and the college level. What do you do when a swimmer, or what did you do when a swimmer came to you and said, Coach Bob, guess what? I did the workout, I ate what I was supposed to, I'm doing everything I possibly can do, and I'm just not, I don't feel like I'm getting any better. What do you tell that swimmer?
Well, if we're at a meet, the first thing we're going to do is watch the people in the fastest heats, because those swimmers that have bad swims are usually in early heats. And the first thing they do is get out of the water and go sulk somewhere. But you got to stand there and make them watch the fastest swimmers so they see what the heck the fastest swimmers are doing. And then as a coach, I would change their training plan. And I'd create confirming swims that create a value, and they know how valuable they are. But create in practice confirming swims that confirm their value and their ability. And then I would change their training to a different stroke and their racing to a different distance so that everything's different. If they're stuck on freestyle, I change their breathing side completely, and that will change things. So there's so many things you can do. And then there's components in race analysis: time turns, tempo, time streamlines from a start, from a push-off, and relay exchanges. Those are things that can be timed, and kids can get better at it. We have a mousetrap system that has an 18-foot cord, and the kids do starts. And at 18 feet, their time appears on the display board to the 100th of a second. How fast did you get to 18 feet? Well, there are 9 things that they can change to get to 18 feet faster. And one thing is just raising your legs. If you raise your legs, you're 9/100ths faster at 18 feet. So there's all kinds of things a coach can do to help a swimmer break through that.
So really,
block.
over the time that you've been involved in swimming, it's now almost to a true science of if you got to do X, Y, and Z to hit these times.
I have a newsletter that goes to 5,000 coaches worldwide. And in that newsletter, the last issue, I put 50 new techie things that coaches can get to be a better coach.
We talked about advice you would give to a swimmer. What advice now would you turn and give to the coach?
Well, coaches have to have a passion for helping kids be the best they can be. If they're going to post a workout and sit down, they're not a coach. They're a babysitter. Coaches have to have a passion. To me, right now, the most important thing, first of all, for a swimmer, there are only 2 important things in their career: the coach and being coachable, and a clock. That's all that matters. You got other people on the team. To me, those people are friends. They're buddies. They're good friends. But the only thing that's going to make them better is the coach and the pace clock. And then to add to that, there's a new thing called Swim Hero RA. That's one word, swimherora.com.
Okay.
And it's a race analysis program. So the coach videos the race on an iPad. And then he goes into Swim Hero RA and he does a race analysis. And in a 50, it'll create about 30 characteristics and graphs and charts and gives them all kinds of information on starting time, breakout time, tempo, turning time, breakout time, tempo, finish, last 5 meters, all kinds of things that help a swimmer. And if a coach isn't using that, they're not helping their kids be the best they can be, because race analysis is critical.
Now, Bob, nowadays, parents are more involved in their swimmers. Not to say it wasn't in the past, but you see a lot more parents involved in the pool decks. Is that same application available for parents if they want to video their children and send it upstream and get the same analysis?
They can do that,
Okay.
but I would discourage it, because all of a sudden parents become experts. And parents are not experts.
I get it.
You've got a coaching staff that's got 200 years of experience in coaching, and then all of a sudden a parent that's had a kid in a sport for 5 years thinks they know everything, and that's a disservice to the swimmer and to the staff. But the second thing besides race analysis then is making practice fun. And I wrote a book, it's been sold in 35 countries, called Games, Gimmicks, Challenges. And coaches can go to that website and get tons, 360 pages of ideas for age groupers and for senior swimmers that help involve them in practice, because an involved athlete is one that sticks around. Our kids end up being with our sport at least 2 years, and that's a good signal for how well they're doing in the sport. We have an 11% increase after an Olympic Games. Kids stay for at least 2 years. That's really pretty good. But it's got to be fun. If it isn't fun, it's hard to stay involved. Or if you're coaching senior kids, you might be trying to get them to throw up, but they're going to feel better when they finish and know that they did something that Ryan Lochte did, or Michael Phelps did, or Nathan Adrian did. And then the third thing that's important is tempo trainers, to help a swimmer develop the right technique for their body.
So, Bob, one final question. Swimmers today, do they rely too much on the swimsuit?
I don't know. You have kids. If I have a group of kids and I say, what causes you to be nervous at a swimming meet, they'll talk about a lot of things. And I'll say, it's a kid that's bigger than them, a kid that's smaller with a faster time, or a kid that's got a new kind of suit. So that makes kids nervous. But they're going to swim fast. Fast swimmers make fast suits.
Well, thank you very much.
It's like Missy Franklin, you know, she can swim fast in a plastic suit, and now she's fast in a fabric suit. Ryan Lochte sets a world record in a fabric suit after having swum in a plastic suit. And the reason we got a new suit rule is because we had girls wearing a modesty suit, like a two-piece, with a blue 70 to float them up, and a jack suit to make them skinnier. Well, that's all out the window now. So we're pretty much on an even keel.
Well, Bob, thank you very much for your time, and
Yeah.
again, thank you for all the advice.
Thank you.